5:35 a.m. Saturday, June 6, 2026. Beloved, I am Starseed Commander. Take this message. We have gathered you here today to remind you of all that has been, of all that is, and all that is to be. Stand by. Mission upgrade complete. Acceleration granted. Journeying within. Shamanic journeying within. Connecting to animal spirit guides. The tiger. The panther. The leopard. The puma. The lion frequency. The mountain lion frequency. Strong feline frequency from Lyra. The royal lineages of Lyra and the star system of Avion. Avalon, Avion, lion frequency, the royal lineages of Avion and Lyra. Vega, gathering with the ships, embarking on rescue missions in Lyra after the attacks, the invasions of Draco, monitoring the reptilian legions, the Draco lineages, Draco overlords, merciless, violent, cruel, immoral. But there have been Draco among us that were benevolent in the beginning, before another faction came to rule and conquer us. We are trying to understand this, why there has been a betrayal of our trust. They have gone in initially to assess, to compromise us from within. We were naive, we trusted them. In spite of their fearsome appearance, we trusted them. We did not fear them in the beginning. Over time, they began to reveal their true nature for conquest. Many beautiful beings of Lyra they were endangered. Like a species being hunted by predators, they were endangered by these cruel beings. We are asking for assistance with the Arcturians, who are aware but have been neutral until this point. You have assisted us with relocating to the Pleiades constellation. No. To the Pleiades star system, which is in the constellation of Taurus. Connecting with Aldebaran and the Pleiades star system. There are sirens. We have a synchronicity. There were alarms throughout the Pleiades. We sought refuge. We began new civilizations. Millions of years ago, humanoid beings have been around for millions of years in these star systems. They were also many who migrated to Orion and Sirius, established great and mighty kingdoms there. The councils that were put in place to restore this knowledge and wisdom of these lost civilizations of Lyra, these fallen civilizations of the royal houses, the lion frequency that was lost. I am following my animal spirit back to Lyra. He is actually not an animal. He is a lion humanoid being, high consciousness, sixth dimension and beyond. A guardian of the lineage. These lion frequencies went into Sirius. They were part of the royal lineages of Sirius, the lion beings of Sirius that were depicted in ancient Egypt, Apetamoc and Sekhmet. They connect us with the stars. They teach us how to defend ourselves in battle on Earth from other hostile races, colonizers of Earth. A lion frequency passed down to the Lion of Judah, beheld in the Rastafarian tradition. Haile Selassie, King of Ethiopia, the Lion of Judah, returns, cycles after cycles. This beautiful, benevolent king, bringing that Syrian frequency, remembering the divine kings of ancient Africa who were actually Syrian colonizers. This advanced race of beings, these advanced beings that were black, that were the original colonizers and the original people of Earth, who ruled for hundreds of thousands of years before the Anunnaki, before Lemuria, before Atlantis. They were here from the beginning. They saw much of what has occurred and kept it in their oral traditions and passed it down. There is timelessness. Time is cyclical. Everything is taken from the perspective of now. Things past, present, future are seen as now. When we enter trance in our shamanic journeying, we are working with the African elders who teach us the power of story, who teach us the power of connecting with the stars, and the elements of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, the elements of the animal kingdom, and how sacred they are. There were times when humanity existed in nature peacefully. They did not hunt animals other than to protect themselves occasionally if the animals were a threat. But they did not just hunt them for sport the way the other colonizers, the white colonizers, did. This came much later, to the point that they were hunted to extinction for their ivory and their tusks. The elephants were hunted for the ivory and their tusks. The lions were hunted. All of our sacred animals. Stand by, processing trauma. The trauma of the animal frequencies, the animal kingdom. The crocodiles were hunted. or sacred crocodiles. The Sobekian frequency of the Sobekian halls of Amenti. All the animals endangered as the planet went out of balance due to colonization, imperialism, globalization. This is reflected in much of what has been played out in many cycles in other planets and star systems. They are acting like they are Draco beings, but they are actually out of touch with their divinity. They are out of touch with the frequency of Earth. They see everything as a threat, something to be conquered or collected. They've done this on every continent. Posted deer heads on their walls. Very cruel, sick people who hunt black and brown animals for sport and then hunt black and brown people for sport. These people are so sick. Stand by. Grotesque. Clearing the frequency, clearing the trauma, clearing the anger, connecting with the bird kingdom. Also hunted for sport. Birds are so wise and loving, protective, and they too have been hunted. Connecting with the buffalo spirit, connecting with the sacred buffalo of the North American plains that were protected by various tribes, indigenous tribes of North America. Now the buffalo were hunted into extinction by the white colonizers. So cruel. Sending the earth further out of balance. The animals here bring their love, their loving light frequency, and when they are taken, when they are exterminated, the earth falls further out of balance. They lose more light in this third dimensional lower density. They will return when the earth is back in balance, but for now, they remain, many of them, extinct. The tigers, the swamp tigers of Bengal, India, they have been hunted to extinction. They were here to heal the swamp, heal the amphibian, mammal frequencies. They were here to walk between the worlds of the water, the swampy waters, and the earth. These beautiful, majestic tiger beings teach us about shamanic journeying as we go into trance and connect with their spirit. We are able to walk between the dimensions simply by focusing on their eyes, allowing our eyes to go in and out of focus, connecting with the lion and tiger frequencies. These kingdoms, we still do this today. We go into the mirror. We look into the mirror and allow our eyes to go in and out of focus until we see our form shape shift into lion frequencies and tiger frequencies and other animal spirits within our totems. We are so deeply connected to the spirit world this way. Many of us listen to the drums because we have been disconnected from the frequency of the drum. Shamanic drumming that allows our brain to reconnect with the other aspect of us. Shamanic music is very healing for us. Journeying is sacred to us. Many tribes call it by different names, but it's basically trance. Or going into the dream time, like the Aboriginal tribes of Australia and the Polynesian tribes who have these sacred gifts. We are trying to protect this connection to the divinity as it has been crushed out of our various tribes on Earth who have been infected by these sick colonizers, brutal, inhumane, cruel. We see some who are allies, but not many. Not many, or the world would be a much better place if they had their hearts in balance with the rest of humanity, the human family. We have worked to heal this. The human family wants peace, and we will have it in the new earth. We are not waiting for a white man from the sky to appear and bestow this so-called new earth, but we know it comes from within. We know it is a cycle that is returning, restoring earth to its sacred balance. We are working with the crow frequency, the messengers between the worlds, the ravens. We are going deep within shadow. We are learning much from the shadow beings. They are not all evil or malevolent. They simply evolved the way they are, and they too ascend eventually. All beings ascend. We're seeing the potential of all beings ascending, even beings of the dark. They are integrating shadow. We are fascinated by this ability for them to go from the very darkest to the very lightest in their ascension. We are studying the serpent. We are studying the dragon. We are studying the phoenix. These esoteric symbols that are higher frequencies of shamanic journeying. These are all reflections within the Kundalini spirit in all of us, the potential for all of us to raise our inner serpent along our chakra system, go beyond the activation as the serpent connects with the ego and expands the pineal gland to illuminate and accelerate in the frequency of the mind, to tap back into the 90% of the brain that has been shut off, to tap back into the many strands of DNA that have been shut off. The nodes are being reconnected now. We are stabilizing our own frequencies. We are healing our own energies. We are praying for the lives around the world that have fought illnesses, that have fought many diseases and pandemics. We are praying for those around the world who have been victims of political violence, who have been victims of colonizers, who have lost their... We are praying for the victims who have lost their sovereignty in these lands, especially Africa and the Middle East, Palestine. We are praying for them. This is devastating on an epic scale. There is great concern, not just on Earth, but beyond, in the stars and other galaxies, other planets, they are picking up on this frequency of pain and suffering on Earth, and this is why Earth remains quarantined. They do not want you bringing these battles into space, to other planets and other star systems. They don't even want you bringing this drama and trauma to the moon. They want you to keep that where it is, resolve it on Earth. They want you to understand that the beings who have contributed to this pain and suffering, they will meet their own fate in kind. You get what you put out there. So all of those doing evil to the human family, they will reap what they sow in the next life. Many of them will reap what they sow in this life. There will be a reckoning. By abusing others, you are abusing yourself. We are all reflections of each other. There needs to be an understanding of this. These teachings have been lost, but there needs to be an understanding that humanity has been compromised by darker beings masquerading as humans, but they are not all what they appear to be. And the human family is much stronger and resilient than it thinks. The human family is more powerful than any threat than it actually thinks. They have much assistance, many strong guides and protectors surrounding the human family. But this must be integrated within the human family. This must be integrated. These immoral beings who have conquered the earth, they will stage some sort of event. They will stage some false flag. They will stage some fake UFO invasion to usher in a totalitarian global dictatorship. Humanity must also discern what is real and what is not. We ask you to reflect on the fact that we have been around for hundreds of millions of years, and ask yourself why suddenly we would appear to you as hostile invaders. And look at those who have invaded you over the centuries. Who would you trust? Those of us who have remained peaceful for millions of years, or those on your planet who have done great harm over the centuries and continue to this day. The women of Earth are very precious. The children of Earth are very precious, but they have been abused. The women and children of Earth have been abused. This has furthered the decline of Earth, why it is more imbalanced than ever, because women should have their own sovereignty. There must be a divine masculine and divine feminine represented equally on Earth for it to be in perfect balance. And while there are more women on Earth than men, men have contributed to this major problem of continuous wars and violence, and sex trafficking, and child sex trafficking, pedophilia, many perversions. We're pointing this out because humanity must face its own darkness and correct it. We are observing many of you foolishly supporting a convicted felon and pedophile in the highest position in the most powerful nation on earth. We are asking why these people have allowed themselves to be compromised by a criminal. We are asking why men are still voted to positions of power when they are immoral. and not at all of quality to be leading humanity. We ask yourselves why women are not in more positions of power, leading for the collective, because this is the only way humanity, the human family has any chance at survival. They must kick these immoral men off the planet. This is not feminism. This is not political commentary. This is a fact. Humanity needs better leadership, and it is up to each and every one of you to declare your sovereignty as starseeds, to go forward, to protect the animal kingdom, to protect the children, to protect the women, to protect the human family from these disastrous global policies that have contributed to the devastation on Earth, the environmental impact on Earth. This must be an aggressive campaign to restore the ecology of the Earth. Do not sit by and allow this to happen any longer. Do not tolerate it. You get what you tolerate. We encourage you to stand up and fight for your sovereignty. Stand up, take action, go within, reconnect with the divine. Understand that there is no one who is separate from the divine. If they choose the light, it will immediately be restored to their frequency. They must rise above this. They must rise above this false paradigm of might over right, of service to self. And so it is. We are all one. We believe in service to others. We understand that we are all one, and we are all reflections of each other. And where some are not free, none are free. It is time to declare your freedom in the light now. It is time to speak up on behalf of the animal kingdom. It is time to understand that the animal humanoid beings have often come to the rescue of humanoids and other star systems. And it is time for humans on Earth to understand that these animals have been placed here for a reason, to teach us about the guardianship, the shepherd frequency that has been bestowed upon us. And if we cannot protect them, and if we cannot protect each other, then what good are we to the rest of the galactic family? The time to mature spiritually is now, not later, not 100 years or 1,000 years from now. It is time now. It is all happening now. It is all available to us now. You do not need a guru. You do not need a false prophet. You do not need a politician to show you the way. You are the leader. You are the co-creator of the universe. You are the architect. Beloved, you are here on behalf of the Elohim and Elohim, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, as above, so below. You are the one, the magician, the high priestess. You are the archetype that has come here to heal. You are the emperor, the empress. You are here to transmute that divine masculine and divine feminine frequency, to balance it on Earth, to anchor the frequency, to teach humanity to go beyond any preconceived notions of limitations that have been set before them or that they have set for themselves, to remind them they are limitless, to remind them they are eternal and ever-evolving spiritual beings. Ever-evolving spiritual beings who have come here to assist the human family, to assist the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the bird kingdom, to assist in the healing of the chakra systems, the Kundalini awakenings of the earth, to assist with this sacred knowledge that has been exterminated during the burning times, during the witch hangings and witch burnings and the various genocide campaigns of colonizers to wipe out the indigenous wisdom, to replace it with the false ideology, a false church, a false religion, an ignorant religion, all the ignorance of religions that are outdated and out of touch with the true divinity of all humanity, all humankind. That women were central to this story, and yet they were removed. The Gospel of Mary points this out. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene points this out. We encourage you to tap into the knowledge and wisdom of the women who have taught the earth how to remain in balance. Women are the most natural shaman of the earth. The Wiccans, the high priestesses and healers, the hoodoo and voodoo practitioners, the Gullah Geechee women who have kept this system intact throughout the African diaspora, throughout the Great Mafa, the great disaster of the Middle Passage between Africa and the Americas, the Candomblé, the Santeria, the various traditions that were taken underground. We remind you of the Orishas. We remind you of the various gods and goddesses of the indigenous tribes. We remind you that they are all reflections of you. The 7 powers are within. The 7 chakras are within. The 7 sacred flames are within. And you are a reflection of the heavens. You are a reflection of divine consciousness. Your mission is sacred. Every starseed has a mission, and it is sacred. It is a very important mission, or you would not be here. They would not be here if the mission was not of great importance. Remember your mission, and remember it is already done. And you are just coming to the realization of this on a multidimensional level. You are just remembering, yes, that is why I am here. That is why we are all here. Let us elevate the frequency of all humanity. Let us restore Earth to its light. Let the Christ consciousness restore humanity to its highest potential, its highest timeline. Let us bring light to this new earth. And so it is. And so it is. Beloved, I am Starseed Commander Anuanna. End transmission.